Graduates, you look amazing. Let's give them another hand, please. It is my pleasure to welcome the class farewell ceremony of 2021 as we bid farewell to our grade 12 graduating class. Class farewell is a very special occasion for the school community as we all come together to acknowledge the years of hard work, dedication, and persistence that have been necessary for the class to reach its goals. It is a time to celebrate successes, reflect on challenges, and thank all those that played an important role in each of the students' lives these past 13 years. Representing École Camrose Composite High School, you have attained this impressive milestone in your life with great honor and integrity. Each graduating class has its own special qualities that make it unique, and this year's class is no different. Thank you for your positive relationships with your peers and the staff, for demonstrating excellence towards your studies, your management and conduct in the school community, and for making my first year here as principal of the school very memorable. You have set an example for future classmates to follow and have truly been resilient, positive role models. Due to our ongoing pandemic, no one envisioned your ceremony taking place this way, without including many other family members, friends, and other community members as part of this important event. Please know that they are still thinking of you, that they are very proud, and many are watching you via our live stream this evening. I also want to thank all of you for your excellent attitudes in dealing with this situation. It once again speaks to your strong character and the respect you have for others. There is no doubt that you are excited about moving forward with a new chapter in your lives. You are leaving behind what is familiar and comfortable, but you also cherish the many friendships and the fond memories of your years here at ÉCCHS. Parents, I also want to thank you for bringing your children to our school and trusting us with them every day, especially this year. I want to thank you for raising such an amazing group of students and know that your involvement in their lives will help lead them to more opportunities for success. To our staff, this is not just about our high school teachers that have taught these students, but it's about the collective effort of all of you to develop strong relationships and support our students through the good times and the more challenging days. Your kindness and caring for all students is one of the reasons that we have seen these students grow into amazing young adults. Thank you for striving to provide opportunities for success and believing in our school mantra of being true to yourself. To our students, you have all contributed greatly to our school culture without realizing it. Regardless of where your future plans take you, know that you have a positive impact after you leave our school. Be kind and good to people you meet along your way. Think big thoughts and be optimistic in whatever you are doing. Wherever your future leads you, we will be watching and cheering for you. Once again, it is my pleasure to congratulate our grade 12 class of 2021. Enjoy the rest of the ceremony, follow your passions, continue to be leaders, and the best of luck in all of your futures. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Lange, who will give the tribute to our class of 2021.
Hello, everybody hear me? We're good? Nice, all right. A little bit of honesty here. When I was asked to actually make this tribute, I couldn't shake the feeling of it needing to be perfect. I read books, articles, all on speechifying and listening to as many recorded speakers of significance that I had in my library. I spent many hours desperately frenziedly trying to put things together that would be of value Ever the teacher, I slaved on my speech and created rough copies and copies and endeavored to actually create something that would be worthy of a Nobel Prize. Known for my, again, literary ability, as I am, I realized I was utterly out of my scope. So, however, during my research, I came across an interesting letter that a well-known British personality wrote to her dog Pickle shortly after she passed away. Now, you may think that Langy's lost his mind, a bit of a COVID brain, take too much meds, not enough. However, I will endeavor to actually pull this all together. It's a bit of a journey. So again, I will start this letter. Here we go, okay? My darling Pickle, first, a confession. I had you killed. I planned it and everything. I asked the vet round, the nurse in green uniform and white piping, all the express intentions of ending your life. Yes, I know. You had no idea because I've been practicing for weeks to keep it from you, and how when that time came, I could stop my chest from bursting with fear and horror and the unbearable pain of it all. That day, I sat there in your kitchen, because it was always your kitchen, numb and filled in forms about what to do with your remains. I ticked boxes as you laid wheezing in sleep in the bed next door. I made a series of informed clinical decisions on the whys and the wherefores of that beautiful body that so now is letting you down so badly. Then once the formalities were over, I came over and did what I've done so many days and nights over so many months and years, lay behind you, left arm wrapped around your battle-scarred chest, and whispered into your ears, I love you. So that was my secret. And I kept it from you until the needle did its work, until the ribs stopped again their heaving, and the legs went limp with your head fell heavy as grief itself into my arms. Then, when I knew you could no longer listen, I let it out, the raging, raging river of loss. Confession over. What you need to know, Pickle, that this is not a eulogy. Quite frankly, you don't deserve one because, as you are well aware, your behavior from birth right to the bitter end was unequivocally terrible. As a pup, you crunched every CD in the house. You chewed on electrical cables and telephone wires. You ripped shoes, gobbled plastic, and dived into bins, rolling in poop and licking pee off of pavements. You ate my bedposts. As an adult, you graduated from raiding fridges and picnics. You stole ice cream from the mouths of infants and jumped into Christmas tables laden with pudding and cake and blithely walked through the mall inhaling everything in your wake. You puked on everything I love. The day we got the news, I took you home to Cornwall, the place where we love best, and allowed me for a while to at least to believe that nothing was wrong. But your lies could only carry you so far before your body gave way. I saw that your chest started to heave and you took a breath at night. Your bark became coarse. You were no longer tearing around the house causing havoc. You were bittable. You were never bittable. Yet still the denial, and forgive me for that. After all, we'd beaten this before, you and I, 4 separate times. And when the vet told me that your lungs were hung with cancerous cobwebs and there was nothing more to be done, I went out and started over and sped to health stores, returned with titulates and unguents and capsules. So silly, because I should have let you eat cake and biscuits and toast and anything dusted with sugar. But I thought I could save you. I really thought I could. I thought, I couldn't bring myself to believe that something alive, or as alive as you, would succumb to something so ordinary as death. After all, how could you be sick? You ran and jumped and played day after day after day, and then I got it. You were doing it all for me. You were dragging yourself into the light every morning for me, all of it for me. As fierce and possessive as my love was, I couldn't let you do that anymore. You were an 80-year-old dog in dog years and still flew into the boot of a car without assistance. You skidded around corners and sniffed and barked at neighbors and lived the life to its outer margins. On the day you died, you pottered over an hour in the meadows with the sun on your back without a care in the world. I was so very grateful for that. When someone once took a punch at me, you leaped in the air and took it. When I discovered I couldn't have children, you let me use your neck as a hanky. When you were the longest relationship, although I think any decent psychiatrist would have actually deemed us irredeemably codependent. You were the engine of my life, the metronome of my day. You set the pulse in everything and everyone moved to it. You were the peg on which I hung baggage that could be named. You were the pure, innocent joy of grass and sky and wind and sun. It was a love beyond limits and patience and sense and commensuration. It was as nonsensical as it was boundless, you alchemist. Thank you for walking alongside me during the hardest, weirdest, most extreme times of my life and never loving me less for the poor choices I made and the ridiculous roads I took us down. Thank you, little pickle, from this shaggy 6'4" Yeti that was always talking with his hands, who shouted at you, held you, laughed at you, fed you, and for some utter reason, utterly unbeknownst to you, put all of your poop into bags. Now, that's the end of that letter, okay? Now, I realize this speech so far has not actually been about the grandest of your future aspirations or about the personal, again, attributes that I feel you may need while on your path forward into your vocations or lives that you aspire to, in the case of many graduation speeches. Forgive me for that, because those conversations certainly are important, as well, valuable, and necessary. I believe, however, that the letter to Pickle is about a lot more than the expression of love to a deceased dog. It's occurred to me that the letter is fundamentally about relationship. The existence between Pickle and his master, the ways that she chose to see the relationship was obviously complicated, messy, frustrating, at times drove the author crazy. And yet, in spite of it all, the relationship was still fundamentally of great importance and significance to the author. She chose to see the relationship with Pickle in ways that transcended the mundane and the everyday. I would like to leave you with two fundamental truths that I was able to pull from this letter. The first is, again, relationships. Your lives will be, again, imbued with relationships everywhere. You will have them with your family. You will have them with people you work with. You'll have them with casual contacts. You will have a host of types of relationships that you never thought possible. How you choose to interact with these people will make a huge difference in your life. You will determine whether the focus of the relationship will be productive, life-affirming, or consuming and isolating. You are the one who will decide for you whether the elements of your life will be joyous and life-affirming, and again, not. This will be the responsibility of only you, because only you can make those decisions for yourself. It's an awesome responsibility, learning how this life works while being an extreme importance a part of your journey. This relationship of all kinds, or those relationships of all kinds, will help you define you and your experience and will be the largest part of your life going forward. The second truth is about perception. This will be your responsibility as well. It will affect all your relationships, and it will relate to everything in your life. How you choose to see things is your choice. Just as the author of the letter to Pickle could see that all of Pickle's negative behavior was unendurable, she chose instead to see them as a part of what made the Pickle charming, crazy, energetic, ultimately incredibly lovable. This was the choice the letter writer made. You, like the rest of us, will face the same decisions. Your life will be made immeasurably richer or horribly poorer by the perceptions of your reality and your subsequent reactions to it. Your life will either be an exciting journey filled with challenges to overcome, grow, and learn from, or it will be an endless march of unfair events that are cruel and torturous. In essence, time wonderfully well spent, or time spent putting poop into bags. It will be up to you. It will be what you make of it. On behalf of the teachers, we wish you a very, very best in the future. It has been my privilege, our privilege, to again, an honor to be a part of this journey for the last couple of years. May you find success and happiness in your chosen path as you leave ECCHS. As you celebrate your graduation this weekend, please be careful, be wise, be safe. Congratulations, graduates of 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Lange, for that tribute to our students. I would now ask for Cohort A to please stand and make your way over to the side to come up to the stage to receive your diplomas.
Emily Holliday. Jesse Kreider. Mare Bonner. Brady Dukes. Mira Elchidiak. Aiden Fontaine. Jaden Hewitt. Karis Kelly. Michaela Maya. Cole Olson. Wesley Redmond. McKenna Rabalka. Camille Suligan. Kyla Suligan. Aaron Zazula. Alex Andreasen. Triton Auburn. Jaron Auerbach. Jonathan Fitchie. Nathan Koskela. Amalia Renman. Joanna Rutz. Riley Scheck. Kaylee Beaton. Megan Berger. Parker Booth. Tristan Brooks. Jagger Broughton. Emily Busick. Ainsley Burnett. Parker Burns. Coyer Cameron. Kai Carpe. Lacey Cowan. Dylan Davies. Alicia Dorival. Colton Ellingson. Josh Eric. Joshua Fallman. Ebony Falk. Hannah Flint. Drew Forster. Braden Ganshert. Charlene Gonzalez. William Grant. Emily Graham. John Griffith. Brogan Kelly. Dylan Hilburn. Jesse Hodgson. Noah Hollins. Ashlyn Preeper. Vianne Sosito.
Well, I'm not sure whether to say good evening or good afternoon. I just know that I'm delighted to be here. And as I look over the crowd, at least tonight, this cohort, my years with Battle River as an administrator and a teacher, I've actually been an administrator or a teacher of some students that are graduating today. And I never knew back in grade 4, for some of you, and some of you a little bit older, that I would be here on your graduation day. So I'm very excited to be here. I am Sandra Wills. I'm one of the assistant principals here at ÉCCHS Composite High School. As we conclude this first of our ceremonies for this evening, we just want to thank everyone for your patience and support over the past year. We have encountered many challenges along the way this year, but in the process, we have created some wonderful memories as well. This is a year to remember. You will never forget your graduation. Students, we are inordinately proud of you, of each one of you, and we celebrate all of your achievements with you today. May your years ahead be filled with all the things you so richly deserve. It has been a pleasure to watch your progress and success. I want to say a special thank you to Mrs. Celine Mrs. Hess, and Mrs. Mackenzie, our staff grad committee, for your hard work behind the scenes over this past year as you navigated through all the changes that were implemented or put upon us by Alberta Health Services and the provincial government. Thank you so much for navigating all that. I also want to thank all of the staff members who you have seen tonight as you came on the premises. They're scattered all over the property. We had to keep our numbers down to a minimum in this room, so they are watching in a classroom, and they just supported us outside of this room. So thank you to the staff for your help with the ceremony and for the part that they held in your lives for the last few years, graduates. We also want to thank all of our special guests, not just those of you that are here in the building with us today, but there are special guests, parents, staff, students, family, friends who are joining us live. So we thank you for joining us as well. Before I ask the grads to stand for one final time, I have some general instructions just for how we exit and depart for this evening. So immediately following the ceremony, parents, if you could please exit through the door that you came in, which would be the front door, and students, you will be exiting through the normal door that you come in and out of every day. And if we could please ask as well, that if you could exit the gym and the school promptly, because we have staff actually in the wings waiting to sanitize to get ready for our next ceremony. So we also would ask that you do not gather and have social gatherings because we do need to get ready for our next one. We also ask finally that as you celebrate this weekend, and I hope you do, that you all stay safe and make sure you have good plans in place if you're going to have some fun. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We hope you have a wonderful, restful summer. And I'm going to ask now for all our graduates to stand. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me in congratulating the ECCHS class of 2021. Turn around, all you grads, and wave at all the people who came to see you. And now you exit. Thank you, everyone.